Poor Scott just graduated from high school, but I suppose I'll give him a shot. I'm going to ask him a really difficult question. I will give him $100,000 if he can figure it out. What? What on earth is she saying? She was the girl I admired in high school. The person who showed kindness to a lonely man without friends like me. I attended the reunion merely to express my gratitude for her generosity, but she had changed greatly. And then she made this ridiculous offer to me. She moved in close, smiling, and whispered in my ear as I gaped at her in disbelief. I bet you've never seen $100,000 in your life, huh? I'm a rich girl, and I'm offering you some charity. I'm the sweetest, am I not? A wave of frustration washed over me. And here is how the girl I had long admired turned out. I could ignore it, but even I have boundaries. It irritated me. All right, I'll comply with your request if that's how you want it. Okay, so you'll give me $100,000 if I figure it out. Oh, so you're willing to do it? Exactly what I would anticipate from a poor man. I must admit that I admire that spirit of tenacity. All okay, just keep an eye on me. I'll find a solution quickly. Allow me to demonstrate a never-before-seen comeback for you. Sullivan Scott is my name. These days, I work for a big IT company. I earn enough to live well, but my father passed away in an accident when I was growing up, and we had financial difficulties. In addition, I struggled to fit in and had a lonely school life, possibly due to my nature. I struggle to manage my emotions and understand social cues. I understand, yes and no, but I simply don't understand the common ambiguous statements used in Japanese. I simply keep quiet when I see someone struggling or depressed because I don't know how to help them, which gives the impression that I'm cold. People always kept a certain distance from me as a result. In particular, the females would make fun of me and call me names like Iron Mask or Living Doll, which just made me feel more awkward in their presence. For me, building groups during physical education or school functions was one of the most challenging aspects. The phrase, all right, everyone, get into groups of 4 with whoever you want, which Miss Andrews would say, was a sign that someone was being singled out. One group after another would emerge, and I was never asked to join any of them. Oh, Scott emitted once more. Is anyone open to Scott joining? Most individuals would pretend they couldn't hear Miss Andrews when she called out. Miss Andrews' voice might occasionally persuade me to join a group of 5, but even then, the other 4 would talk, and I would be completely excluded. Until I reached high school and discovered a true savior, those lonely school years persisted. Sarah was her name. She genuinely asked me to join her group when she noticed that I was being left out on a school trip once more. What? Is this your charity work once more, Sarah? Emily, her buddy, told her. Come on, you realized it's sad. The excursion is for school. Shouldn't it be enjoyable? Okay, Sarah, if you insist. Okay then. Adding me created a perfect 4, as Sarah's typical group consisted of 3 people. But ever since, whenever she could, she has always included me. I gradually began to be able to communicate with people because of her. Sarah, as it turned out, was the daughter of a company president. Not only was she beautiful, but her refined manners made her the center of admiration in our class. The mere fact that someone like her would reach out to me was enough to make me feel elated. During high school, I quietly harbored feelings for her, but in the end, I couldn't bring myself to confess, and we graduated without anything happening. While most of my classmates went on to college, I took a job at a small company to help support my mother. I remember the big stir in our class when everyone found out that Sarah had gotten into Tokyo University. I knew she was truly out of reach, a rare gem. Since then, I've had my share of ups and downs and now work at a different company. My income is worlds apart from what it was back then, enough that I can finally make things easier for my mother, who used to juggle multiple part-time jobs. Still, I haven't really changed when it comes to dealing with women. Even today, a woman I work with scolded me. Get a move on. I've been telling you all morning that there's a meeting this afternoon, haven't I? If you're this behind on your tasks, you won't even have time to grab lunch. Sorry, I'll just have a sandwich in the car or something. Oh, that's terrible for your health. You can't keep doing that. All right, I'll try to be better from now on. Seriously, if I didn't push you, nothing would ever get done. The one nagging me from behind was Michelle. She's a beautiful employee who graduated from a well-known private university. At my current job, the schedule is packed down to the minute. I'm the type who forgets the time when I'm focused, so without her support, I can't seem to manage my tasks well. One day, in the midst of my hectic routine, I received a postcard. It was an invitation to my high school reunion. To be honest, I didn't have any friends to go with, nor did I really have the time. But a part of me wanted to see Sarah again and thank her for what she did back then. Before I realized it, I'd already checked attending and mailed back the reply. By the way, what's this evening appointment? I thought we had a meeting with another company that day. Oh, that. It's my high school reunion. I thought I'd finally give it a shot and go. The venue is close enough that I can make it right after our meeting. Wait, didn't you say before that you didn't have any close friends from high school? Yeah, that's true, but there was someone who helped me out back then. I thought maybe now I could finally thank her. Oh, is that so? Michelle seemed a bit displeased, though I couldn't quite figure out why. Maybe she was annoyed that I was taking time off for a reunion while everyone else was swamped with work. Hey, why don't you leave early that day and relax a bit too? Go have a drink with a friend or something. Her expression immediately soared even more. No thanks. I'll be here handling all the pile-up paperwork as diligent as ever. That's all I've got going for me. Besides, don't forget, we have an early flight the next morning. Oh, right. Phew. Absolutely no after parties. All right, we're heading out at 3:00 a.m. Yeah. I got it. With a 3:00 a.m. departure, staying out drinking all night isn't an option. I finally started to understand why she seemed so irritated. A few days later, I headed to the reunion venue. It was held in a ballroom at a downtown hotel, filled with quite a crowd in a dazzling setting. There was karaoke, bingo, and some sort of game set up on a whiteboard with geometric magnetic tiles attached. In the center of the room was a particularly glamorous group, and right at the heart of it was the woman I'd come to see. Wait, who's that? As I walked in a bit late, someone whispered, glancing at me, but nobody seemed to recognize who I was. Back in high school, I wore second-hand uniforms, but today I was dressed sharply in a suit. My build was different too, having gained some well-toned muscle over the years, so it wouldn't be easy for them to connect the dots to the guy I was back then. I walked over to the lively group surrounding Sarah and called her name. It's been a long time, Sarah. Right. Yes, I am Sarah. But who are you? She tilted her head slightly, looking at me with a hint of blush, unable to recognize me at first glance. It's Scott from our class. Thanks for always talking to me back then. What? You're Scott. As I thanked her, the woman beside Sarah gave me a suspicious look. That was probably Emily, the same friend who'd always been by Sarah's side in high school. Unlike Sarah, she'd been bluntly unpleasant to me, and to be honest, I didn't like her at all. Well, seems that gloomy aura from back then is gone. But in the end, you're still just Scott, aren't you? How brave of you to come to a reunion when you don't even have any friends. Hey, Emily, that's a bit harsh. Sarah stepped in to soften Emily's jab, but something felt off. She wasn't the same Sarah I remembered, and her next words confirmed my suspicion. You know, it'd be a bit of a problem if you got the wrong idea. The only reason I bothered to talk to you in high school was because you looked so pitiful being all alone. I thought being nice might help with my college recommendation. I figured it couldn't hurt to stay in the teacher's good graces. Thanks to that, I got into Tokyo University, became Miss Campus, and now I'm next in line at my dad's company. I don't have to worry about appearances anymore. Being liked by a poor, unremarkable guy? No thanks. You get what I'm saying, Sarah. You're being way too honest. The second they realized I was Scott, the people around us started looking at me with a sneer. Look, I'm not here because I want anything from you, Sarah. I just wanted to thank you. Oh, is that right? I guess you finally understand your place now that you're all grown up. Oh, wow. Sarah, you're really letting it all out there. Snickering echoed around us. Hey, isn't that watch Scott's wearing super expensive? One of her friends made a show of noticing my watch. Look at Scott, a high school graduate with a fancy watch. Must be a fake. It's hilarious how flashy poor people try to look. I was ready to just ignore them and move on when Sarah suddenly grabbed my arm. Hey, what are you doing? Just a little bored, that's all. Come on, humor me for a bit. Sarah picked up the microphone in the hall and made an announcement that was beyond humiliating. Everyone, we have Scott here, a high school grad. Remember him? He was pretty invisible back then, but do you remember? The crowd's attention instantly turned toward us. Scott here is wearing a fake luxury watch just to impress everyone at the reunion. The laughter began almost immediately. No way, how embarrassing. This was a nightmare. I wanted to disappear. And for our poor Scott, I think I'll give him a chance. I'm about to give him a super difficult problem. If he can solve it, I'll give him $100,000. Wait, what? What is she talking about? As I stared at her in stunned silence, she leaned in with a smug grin and whispered in my ear. You've probably never seen that much money in your life, have you? A rich girl like me is offering to help you out. Aren't I just the sweetest? I was furious. The girl I had admired all this time turned out to be like this. I could just let it go, but even I have my limits. It got under my skin. If that's how you want it, then fine. I'll take you up on that. All right, so if I solve it, you'll give me $100,000, right? Oh, you're actually up for it. That's what I like about poor folks, their scrappy spirit. The crowd was buzzing with excitement. Oh, go for it, Scott. Just the other day, a friend mentioned an incredibly hard problem. They said anyone who solved it would be a genius. Even someone from Tokyo University couldn't solve it right away. Think you can handle it? She began writing the problem on the whiteboard. It was a question from the 1990 International Mathematical Olympiad held in China. That's what they call the Master Demon Pro problem. This is way too hard. Looks like you're in big trouble, Scott. Amid the mocking laughter, I responded with a straight face. This is all you've got. The answer is right in front of everyone watching. I breezed through the problem without even breaking a sweat, solving it in less than a minute. No way. I can't believe it. At first, people around me were stunned, not comprehending what just happened. But then they burst into applause and cheers. Unbelievable, Scott. This guy just won $100,000. As the crowd's mocking turns into cheers, Sarah shoots an angry glare at me. Just because you managed to solve one problem, don't start acting all high and mighty. A lowly high school graduate like you will always be just that, a poor nobody. I didn't mean to upset her, but it's already out of control. As I'm pondering what to do, out of nowhere, I hear Michelle's voice behind me. President Sullivan, it's about time. If we don't get you to the hotel soon, it might affect tomorrow's work. Oh, Michelle, seeing her here, someone who wasn't supposed to be in this crowd, gives me an odd sense of relief. The people around us, hearing her address me, are now buzzing with confusion. Wait, President? Who is that beautiful woman? Also, as it seems, someone here has been quite disrespectful to our company's president. I'd like to clarify. Mr. Sullivan graduated from Cambridge and our company ranks among the top in the nation. He's neither a high school grad nor poor, for the record. Now, shall we, Mr. Sullivan? Yeah, let's go. As Michelle and I start to exit the room, gasps and murmurs ripple through the crowd. Wait, I know her. She's the famous assistant from SKT System Solutions. So does that mean Scott is the president of that company? Come to think of it, I think I've seen him in a business magazine before. The truth is, I am the president of one of the top 8 companies in the country, SKT System Solutions. I wasn't exactly a bad student back in school. I just didn't like drawing attention, so I kept my grades average on purpose. Since childhood, I've had a photographic memory, the ability to retain images exactly as I saw them. This unique memory skill, often called tick memory, made me celebrated as a genius. People had high hopes, thinking I would one day be a pillar of the nation, and I was even appointed class representative in elementary school. However, a class rep needs to lead, listen to others, and unite the class. I wasn't good at understanding others' thoughts, and I often said the wrong things, quickly becoming isolated. The adults who had pinned their hopes on me grew disappointed, labeling me as lacking in cooperation. I'll never forget the cold, disheartened look my teacher gave me. From that point on, I kept my academic abilities hidden and avoided standing out throughout my school years. I was seen as a failure, lacking intelligence, social skills, and money. But my uncle, seeing my potential, encouraged me to attend a university overseas. He found scholarships and mutual aid programs to help me attend Cambridge University. So it's no surprise that my old classmates, who only knew me from high school, scoffed at my name. They never would have guessed that I would become a high-achieving, high-earning president. I hadn't planned to reveal this side of me, but at this point, there's no helping it. Michelle, how long will it take to get from here to the hotel? I've reserved a hotel close to the airport so we can get room service for dinner. Your flight is at 5:20 am. As we prepare to leave, the women who were keeping their distance suddenly light up and start chatting me up. Wait, are you really a president, Scott? If you just told us that sooner. Exactly. We're classmates, you know. Don't be so reserved. As I stand there, baffled by their sudden change in attitude, Sarah approaches with a different, friendly smile. So, Scott, you're the president of SKT System Solutions now? No wonder you solved that problem so easily. Say, how about we grab a bite together after this? It'd be nice to reminisce about old times. Just as I'm left speechless by her about-face, Michelle's voice sounds again from behind me. Excuse me, but there's no way Mr. Sullivan, a renowned young mind of Japan, would waste his time with someone who mocked him. You mentioned giving $100,000 if he solved the problem, but our company's annual revenue is in the tens of billions of dollars. Trying to lure Mr. Sullivan with such a small amount is pointless. The tens of billions of dollars. As Sarah and her friends stand speechless, Michelle takes my hand and confidently leads me through the hall. And just like that, I turned the reunion I looked forward to into a grand showcase of karma. Before leaving the venue, in the car on the way back, Michelle bows her head apologetically. Mr. Sullivan, I apologize for speaking out of turn and being so rude to your friends. Don't worry about it, but you were keeping your current position a secret, weren't you? Yeah, but it's all right. You were just trying to help me, right? I actually appreciated it. You did. Then I'm glad. Hearing that, her cheeks turn red all the way to her ears, and seeing her like that, I find her even more endearing. A few months later, while out in the suburbs on personal business, I catch sight of a woman who looks remarkably like Sarah. Her posture looks weary, a stark contrast to the confident presence she once had. Is that Sarah? I call out, and she turns around startled. It's undeniably Sarah. Scott, are you okay? You look exhausted. When I speak my mind, she gives a bitter laugh. You probably already know, right? Our company got delisted recently, I'm sure you're here to laugh at the one who insulted you. Really? I'm sorry. I'm clueless about stocks. What? So you didn't come over just to mock me? Why would I? I answer honestly, and she chuckles softly, looking amused. Come to think of it, you were always like that. You've never been one to sneer at others or say anything two-faced. Sorry, I guess subtlety isn't my strength. There's no need to apologize. That's actually something to be proud of. Maybe, but it's true that back in school, you were my motivation. I genuinely liked you, so when I heard you preferred intelligent guys, I studied my heart out. That's how I ended up going to Cambridge. In a way, I owe who I am now to you. You do. So, regardless of what happens to your company, your worth doesn't change. I understand things are tough right now, but I don't think giving up is the answer. Don't you agree? You're right, but I've already been working so hard. And while you might be concerned about being listed, our company is highly profitable as a private unicorn. Sure, listing brings credibility, but it also comes with restrictions. No listing costs fewer risks of acquisition. It's a matter of management style. You're smart, Sarah. Why not build the company you really want? You're right. Born as a president's daughter, I've always lived trying to meet others' expectations, but maybe it's time I try my own approach. Thank you. I'm going to give it a shot. Not long after, I hear she launched a new jewelry brand. Previously, they focused on high-end pieces, but now she's also offering affordable items for everyday use. Her brand has garnered significant attention for its successful new market strategy. So I decide to place an order with her brand for my company's commemorative gifts. Honestly, it's my way of giving back to her for her hard work. She soon visits our office. Mr. Sullivan, thank you so much for choosing our company. No problem. I'd heard you were doing well after all your hard work, so consider this both a congratulations and an order. Still, it means so much to me. If you're free, would you join me for dinner after our meeting? As she quickly invites me, Michelle just as quickly interjects. Unfortunately, Mr. Sullivan has a dinner meeting scheduled with a client tonight. Oh well, what about tomorrow or the day after? No, I'm afraid his schedule is fully booked for the next 3 months. Then after that? No, his schedule will remain fully booked indefinitely. Watching their back and forth, I can barely hold back my laughter. I can't help but chuckle, and Sarah looks visibly relieved. I'm glad to see you smiling like this, Scott. What are you talking about? Mr. Sullivan is always smiling. Yes, well, that must be because you're by his side. That puts my mind at ease. Beautiful, take good care of him, okay. Support him well. Of course, even without you saying so, I'll be here to support him for life. Well, that's good to hear. I'll take my leave now, Mr. Sullivan. I look forward to working with you in the future. Sarah seemed different somehow, as though she'd shed her old self. Curious, I couldn't help but ask her. Sarah, you seem different. Did something shift for you? Oh, you noticed. Actually, when my father's company was in trouble, all those people who'd been hanging around me just vanished. I thought they were my close friends, so it was a shock. But deep down, I realized that's just how things are. All the effort I put into being liked was only worth so much, and just like that, it was gone. So, I decided to stop caring about what others think and just live true to myself. I see. I think that's great, the way you are now, Sarah. You seem more alive than ever. Thank you, Scott. You said I saved you back in high school, but this time, it's the other way around. You saved me. Truly, thank you. No, it was all you. You're the one who worked hard to overcome it. You haven't changed, Scott. With a smile, Sarah left the office. Since then, we've remained good friends, talking regularly. Back in school, I was at my lowest point, but because of that time, I can now fully appreciate where I am. For anyone feeling like they're at rock bottom, I hope you can take a step back and see the big picture. One day, you'll be able to look back and laugh, thinking, yeah, I went through that too.